fellow nerds, this is Jean and I am a nerd that knits. Happy Halloween. So we are actually going to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. Favorite Halloween movies. I don't know if you have a favorite Halloween movie. I do. And I am going to talk about my 30 years of loving Nightmare Before Christmas. So we are going to go over some amazing patterns that just came out that are all themed Nightmare Before Christmas that I really want you to look at. So please bear with us as we review some amazing Nightmare Before Christmas knitting patterns. There's a lot of people that love Night Before Christmas. It has a really big cult following. Anything I swear that Tim Burton touches is magic. I've always felt that way. I fell in love with Beetlejuice. Obviously Night Before Christmas, even The Corpse Bride, and then it just keeps on going all the way to his recent work with Wednesday. I think everyone that loves Nightmare Before Christmas gloms onto one particular character. The characters are so iconic. And I think a lot of people would kind of relate to maybe Jack Skellington or to Sally. And I understand those are great characters. But there are some amazing side characters that I feel get overlooked when you think of Nightmare Before Christmas. Lock, Shock, and Barrel. And this is very iconically Shock. And mind you, I think in 6th grade when Nightmare Before Christmas came out, and I had 2 sisters. So we're 3 of us. And in the movie, there are 3 trick-or-treaters. I gravitated towards Shock. Now, shocking, I know. Now you also have to understand that I'm the middle girl. My older sister and my younger sister. And so for me, I always thought that Shock would be the middle sister because of just kind of how their height is always. She's always in the middle of the trio. So, I think I'm Shock. The movie is just so iconic and so perfect. So if you have not ever watched Nightmare Before Christmas, I would suggest you head on and watch that movie. It's on Disney Plus right now. It's just a perfect movie. It's very scary but then sweet and tender at the same time, so it is kind of spooky for some kids, but at the same time it's very uplifting and very kind of it's all around a perfect movie. I will say that to me, I feel Nightmare Before Christmas stuff is kind of hard to knit. I would imagine that is until a new book has come out. And when I mean new, I mean it was published in September. Just perfect timing. The designer must have known that this is the 30th anniversary of Nightmare Before Christmas. So, ta-da, just in case you don't know, it's the 30th anniversary of Nightmare Before Christmas. So this book is called Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, published, like I said, in September of 2023. The person that designed it is Tanis Gray. Now, I must confess, I don't have this book yet. And I mean yet because she just came out with another book at the same time. So she not only came out with Nightmare Before Christmas, she also came out with Lord of the Rings. And I'm sorry, but Lord of the Rings was just a little shinier at the time. We'll just say ADHD Jean wanted this instead of this right now. But, now that I'm looking at the patterns, I'm like, oh, why didn't I buy this book? I'm going to buy this book. So we're just going to go over some of the patterns that are showcased in this book, just because I really want people to understand how much friggin' variety is in this book. There are so many patterns. So first off, there are 28 patterns in this book, and that just blows my mind already. Socks, gloves, shawls, sweaters. Okay, that seems pretty pretty common when you look at it, think of a knitting book. And then she gave us a bunch of things that I didn't even think that we needed, but we needed. And you know, in a knitting book, I always feel that there's like some patterns that really stand out and there's a few misses. And for this book, I really am like, man, there's so many good patterns. So I'm going to showcase just a few patterns that I really think that if you are a true fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, you'd want to make. This pattern alone would sell me on the book. That's how much I am obsessed with this pattern. And that is the Jack Skellington Santa Jack figurine. So you can make this figurine as his Jack Skellington, or you can make him as Santa Claus. Unbelievable. They are that perfect. And like I said, it's just, it looks like, you know, there's some wire that is required, maybe some felt. It's a little bit, you know, more than just a knitting figurine, but it is perfect. So, I mean, I'm sold. I will be making those, and I probably won't put them in eye shot of my children because they would be destroyed. But this pattern alone, guys, totally worth it. Totally worth it. There's two other toy figures that are fun. One, I'm just not a fan of that character. The other one, I'm a huge fan and would also be really cute in a Halloween or Christmas decoration. And that would be the Zero toy figure. It's a little bit bigger than the Jack one, obviously, but this one is just so cute. It's got a jack-o'-lantern nose. How adorable is that? So it's just another really fun one. But wait, there is a lot more. So even though there are a lot of sweaters in this collection of designs, I really like the Jack's Tailcoat cardigan. And I think the reason why I like it, it's very, very kind of prim and put together, which once again, those themes carry in a lot of like macabre, like gothic vibes. So the yarn that she uses is the Seven Sisters Art Zodiac. And to me, this yarn, it just looks like black licorice in how she modeled this cardigan. So maybe it's just me, but I really like the stylized look of it. I wouldn't say it's like a main staple of her book, but it is very well done. So I'm going to talk about a couple of the staple pieces that stick out in my mind. And the one staple piece that I would definitely say, yep, people are going to want to make that, is the Jack's Lament Fingerless mitts. This has a very nice design of the iconic full moon in the background when Jack is doing his signature song. Anyways, the part that kind of curls around and he stands on top. So that is the scene that is depicted in the Fingerless mitt. The skeleton reindeer hat was hilarious, mainly because that's like the science nerd in me. I just think, oh, that is just so fun. And it's kind of little like you see reindeer hats all over the place for Christmas, you know, like the Santa reindeer and the sled on people's like, you know, like jumpers, Christmas jumpers, or like socks and hats. And I just really thought like, that's a cute little like throwback of Christmas, of Nightmare Before Christmas. So I love how simplistic, but it really hit hard on another simple theme. Didn't go overblown. It's a really nice clean design. It doesn't have too much on it, and that's really nice about it. And I feel that that really helps play into, once again, the Nightmare Before Christmas theme. Usually with anything Tim Burton, you're always going to see the Easter egg of Beetlejuice with, of course, the sandworm. And once again, the sandworm has returned. And in this way, she created it as a draft blocker. If you don't live in an area where it's cold, then this might not apply to you. But having grown up in very many cold areas, the draft blocker snake is like perfect. I do have a draft blocker for like a Christmas themed draft blocker, but I'm going to be changing that soon. And this is just a really fun gift. If you know someone who loves Nightmare Before Christmas and you're like, well, what do I get them? Oh, I will get them a draft blocker for their door. It is perfect. It is simple. Didn't see it coming, and kudos to this designer. There are some socks that are wickedly cute pinstripe socks, and it actually is like the little like cravat that, or tie or cravat, whatever this neck detailing is on Jack Skellington. So that is kind of like, it very much envisions Edward Gorey to me. If you don't know who Edward Gorey is, well, he is the godfather of a lot of these really dark, macabre themes. So look up Edward Gorey. He's amazing. So it's very Edward Gorean design look to me, which is love. I love it. We've got some really fun socks in here other than just the pinstripe socks. We have Sally's socks, and Sally's stuff to me can be overworked. It's a little too much, but I love this because it's just a little bit. I'm really glad that she went for socks instead of a vest, as I feel like a vest was like, oh, it's a lot. So I feel like you could make these into socks, or you could modify the pattern and have like a really nice scarf. So really great designing work. Fun colors, not over the top. She kept it simple. I appreciate it. The one item I never saw coming that she designed, other than, of course, you know, the snake, is the mayor pin. Now, it really is the mayor pin. It's really great. I think it's just a really fun thing to make and then just have pinned on your chest. I was actually thinking about making the mayor pin for this video, but then I was like, nah, I don't want to identify myself as the mayor. I would rather be, you know, I'd rather be shocked myself. She has a model with a really fun, like the spider, like, neck piece that the mayor had, and a part of me was like, oh, I want that knitted too. I want a knitted spider thing right here with my mayor badge, but you know. Then of course you really went all out epic and did the Nightmare Before Christmas blanket. And of course it's like the vignettes of all like the characters, and I just love that, because once again, this movie isn't just about the main characters, it's all about the side characters, and it's such a great blanket, especially for a huge fan. So thank you guys for sitting with me as we went over some amazing Nightmare Before Christmas knitting designs. I really think that if you're a huge fan, you should most definitely buy this book. There's some really great pieces. And like I said, if you don't like any of the pieces, at least buy it for the Jack Skellington figurines and the Santa figurines. Really would make any of your Christmas or Halloween decorations pop. Or, you know, get the draft blocker for some friends. But just a really great book. She was really smart to have it come out, you know, the 30th anniversary. I absolutely love a lot of these patterns, and I really encourage you guys to look into this book. if you're a fan. So thank you, and please like, comment, and subscribe.